Hey y'all, welcome back. We're going to jump right into a clip from the Joe Rogan podcast. This one is entitled UK Arrest Over Social Media Posts Against Mass Immigration.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
We're getting to that point where it's going to identify you somehow, some sort of an identification through your eyes, through blood, through facial recognition, a combination of all three. And then that is going to allow you to access whatever it is, information online, credit cards, all the rest of it, of course. But what it's really doing is allowing something, whether it's the government or big tech, more control over you, because eventually you're going to go in and, okay, to make sure this is you paying for, let's say, a steak. And now all of a sudden, oh, you've had your allotment of steak because of the environment, because of how many cows and whatever they're doing. You can't buy this steak. Or your allotment of power for your vehicle, you've used yours up for the mother. Gas in your car, all of those things. But it's going to know exactly, because you're going to have to do it to access information online. And we're getting closer and closer to that.
Well, England's just
day.
submitted to it. They just...
Is he talking about like social media? I don't even want to know. Listen, God, I want to be long gone before we get there. And I mean that. I just don't want to be in a world where that's what we're doing. Come get me. That's the ultimate goal anyway. All right. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. All right. I saw the title of this and it felt super appropriate because I reacted to a video yesterday of British people being asked would they like to move, or would they move, or are they interested in moving to America? And overwhelmingly so, the responses were negative. The responses were no, because of all of the things that they see happening in America. They were worried about rights, women's rights, gun control and rights, and freedom came up a lot. And my question to you all as my audience was like, what freedoms do you feel like they are talking about? Because though I know America is a hot mess, express.com right now, I don't typically wake up and feel I lack freedom or rights. And that is my living experience as an American. I'm sure there are plenty other living experiences, but I'm talking about the one that I live because it's the only one I can tell you about. And so many of you had so many things to say, like that channel is full of propaganda. Those people had fallen for propaganda, and I respect and listen to every comment that I read. I don't ever pretend like I'm highly educated on these things. I'm reacting to learn and to entertain you all and to learn with and from you all. With that being said, this post struck me because I'm like, okay, well, a lot of you were saying it's so funny that the UK is talking about we don't have freedom, but they're being arrested for what they're putting on social media. Bam. And so I'm not sure where the beginning of this clip is coming in at and what they're talking about. It feels like they might be talking about like accessing social media and needing to be identified by your blood and things like that. And it is starting now. I mean, you think about the digital ID in the airport where like you no longer need your ID to check in at certain airports and airlines. They just scan your eyes. They just scan your eyes. They just scan your eyes. Y'all. So yeah, this is a little scary, and I just like, I think the greatest blessing as a millennial is that I know what it was like to live pre-social media and the rise of social media, and now in what feels like the downfall of society because of social media. And so I have that to cling on to. I know what life was like before that, and like all of the technology and all the advancements and how like good and normal life was, and I just prefer it that way. I don't want to be a part of it. And hopefully it's not going to happen in my lifetime. And God bless my children if it happens in their lifetime. I would love the Lord to just come rapture us all up, all of us believers. You don't got to be a believer. That's not what this video is about. But in my belief, the Lord is going to come get me and all my people that believe in him. And I would hope that he would do that before any of this really started.
Online, and we're getting closer and closer to that.
Well, England's just submitted to it. They just submitted to digital ID.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these motherfuckers are pushing digital ID on. Submitted to
Who did? Did he say India? Y'all, we have digital ID here in the States.
And we're getting closer and closer to that.
Well, England's just submitted to it. They just submitted to digital ID.
England.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, these motherfuckers are pushing digital ID on these people. And once they do digital ID, they're going to attach it to a social credit score.
Yep.
They're going to attach it to a carbon footprint score. and then they'll be able to control your movement and control you entirely. And most importantly, they've already arrested 12,000 people for
I saw
social
that.
media posts.
That's insane.
Above and beyond every other country, way above Russia. Russia was like 400 last year. The UK's 12,000. Any criticism of immigration.
Way above Russia feels urgent. That feels urgent. Hey y'all, I'm back to tell you more about my favorite civic engagement app, Informed Elect. And this time we're going to talk all about petitions. Every moment starts with a spark. Every campaign starts with a petition. With the petitions feature, you can bring attention to the causes you care about most and take the very first steps toward real change. Petitions unite voices, amplify concerns, and put pressure on leaders. But they also do something even bigger. Petitions are how you get on the ballot. If you've ever thought about running for office, it all begins here, with signatures, with support, with your community standing behind you. If you have it in you to lead, to represent, to change things where you live, don't wait. The app is here to guide you step by step, making the process seamless and accessible. Real change doesn't wait, and neither should you. Create awareness, drive initiatives, launch your own campaign. Your journey starts with a petition. Your journey starts with Informed Elect. That doesn't feel urgent to y'all? Feels urgent to me. Okay, so Joe is saying England. I don't know. Some people may say this is fear mongering. Some, just as far as like where the digital ID starts and then it becomes a social credit score. Think about that for a second. And then your carbon footprint, all these. I mean, we've watched movies time and time again where this is literally our reality. So it's not like it's too far-fetched, I guess. If you can imagine it, it can happen. It's something I think I believe. I think if we can think it up, it's possible. Think about that. Okay, so now we're getting into freedom and freedom of speech, which is something that came up in the comments and in the video yesterday. Was people were saying like we don't even have freedom of speech here in America, but people in the United Kingdom are being arrested for their social media posts. That doesn't feel like freedom of speech. I do know what I've seen of just the royal family, and you see documentaries about just how much the royal family controls the press and how much press they have underneath their thumb. So I can imagine how important press and narratives are to the monarchy, but I don't know if I thought the whole of the United Kingdom was under this immense pressure to watch what they say. I mean, we just watched a man be gunned down in our country because of his use of his right to speak. But the government didn't come and arrest him for it. Not saying one is better than the other. They're both pretty freaking awful, but I mean, wow. Okay.
Last year, the UK's 12,000. Any criticism of immigration, any criticism of grooming gangs and people being raped, any talk about how horrible this is, they come visit you. Man. It's like someone's trying to destroy England. It's literally like
wow.
they've got a concerted
England,
effort to destroy England, and they're getting away with it.
Yeah, and what happens over there?
It's really crazy. It's really crazy to watch because the mass immigration's not an accident. If I was going to destroy a country, I would do it exactly the way they're doing it. I'd take away their freedom, take away their ability to protest, take away their guns, which they did in the 90s, and then you start tightening that noose.
Okay, this was tightening that noose. Woo. Okay. This was another thing everyone in the video, the Brits, were talking about in the video, which I thought was going to be a lighthearted, funny video because people think I'm British because Brittreacts, and it turned into something so different, which I blind react. I don't vet my videos. I had no idea what the subject matter was going to be. I thought it was going to be lighthearted. It got deep real fast. But a lot of people were talking about guns, and one person mentioned knife knifing is a thing over there. They couldn't imagine also having guns. I don't know. Joe just gave me information about their gun rights or control over there. I didn't know that they were taken from them in the 90s. But that seemed to be another issue. And so, yeah, I mean, that's interesting to think that everything's being taken from them in Joe's perspective. Like, they can't protest. I'm assuming he's meaning like these social media posts are in protest to what's going on. Maybe they also can't get out and protest. Like, that does feel scary if we're talking about a country that you don't want to visit. Like, just saying, guys.
Tighter and tighter. Add more restrictions, more this, more that.
I mean, we're getting closer.
And make
And
it
just
feel
the arresting
normal.
people. When you arrest
Yeah.
12,000
Slowly.
people for social media posts, you don't just arrest people for social media posts. You change people's ability to post about things because of fear. So they self-censor. So you don't even you're hitting them with like this one guy who complained about. There's a famous video where this fucking idiot in a wig. He's one of them judges and they wear the wigs, the white powdered wigs, and he's sentencing this guy for 20 months for social media posts that are normal, like normal complaints about mass immigration of illegals from other countries that aren't assimilating and that they believe are ruining their society, which there's a real argument for. And that's what online discourse is supposed to be about, like having conversations. Like I'm voicing my concern for the way society is running right now because of what's happening, and no one's.
Yeah, that's deep. I mean, right now it's social media, but imagine sitting at a table amongst your friends and family and having this conversation, and now you're being arrested for having what you thought was a conversation in a safe space. Like, it always starts as something. That's what I'm saying. Like, Joe's point is kind of good. Like, it starts slowly, and they took away guns in the 90s, and it probably didn't feel great when it happened in the 90s, but now the new generation thinks it's absurd to even not be allowed to have one. Like, slowly they start to normalize these omission of rights. And I don't know. You tell me what you think about that.
For the way society is running right now because of what's happening, and no one's doing anything about it, and no one's protecting anybody. It's nuts, man.
Anytime in human history that would be called an invasion.
Yeah.
And now it's
It's not just an invasion. It's like they're doing it. They're letting people do it. They're enabling these people doing
Who
it,
are the
and they're
people?
putting them on the dole too, which is even crazier. And you're seeing that in America as well, where they just uncovered a bunch of people that were illegals that had been given social security numbers and were already voting. And this is nuts, man. It's like it's a concerted effort, and this was one of the main focuses that a lot of people had in the 2024 campaign. There was one side that wanted to stop that, and one side that wanted to pretend that it was a good thing. And like that you have an open border, and criminals and cartel members are just flooding through. People from foreign countries of military fighting age just flooding through, and you're pretending there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you're setting us up for a real big fucking problem.
Yeah. Have you seen the videos? I'm sure you have. It's Bill Clinton, it's Hillary Clinton, it's Schumer, it's Pelosi,
Oh, yeah.
it's Biden from the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Like giving these speeches on the floor of Congress that today would be extremely right-wing.
Extremely.
And it's just normal. It's
Hillary
just
Clinton
normal.
in, I think it was 2012, like whatever it was, where
I think that is such a telltale sign to the narrative that the Democrats have lost their way. Because you mean to tell me all these Democratic representatives, these political leaders, once had more right-wing ideology? And you're going to tell me that the Democrats haven't lost their way due to societal pressures? I don't know what video this is. If you want me to react to it, somebody drop the link in the comments, please. I'd love to see it.
2012 2012, like whatever it was, where she was running for president, and she's more MAGA than MAGA.
Yeah,
like she is talking about if you're a criminal.
Okay, this is something else I'd like to address. I mentioned in a video yesterday that someone or a few days ago, sometime recently, that someone called me MAGA, and I thought it was funny because, like, if you've been here long enough, you've watched me kind of discover that I don't feel I belong anywhere or belong to any political party, and I kind of feel like I'm floating out there, and I just wish there was a party that cared more about goodness and moral compass than all the other things. I feel my new slogan is like, in a world where everyone wants to make a point, I just want to make a difference. My pastor said that this past Sunday, and it changed my heart. Anywho, I think it is, dang it, I lost my train of thought. Oh, MAGA. And then someone came back and said, Britt, but you are MAGA. You just want America to be great again. The phrase, right? I think it's the same thing with Black Lives Matter. Like, originally the Black Lives Matter cause was just to say this group of people feels marginalized and their lives matter, not negating anyone else's lives. But somehow that movement got taken over by people who distorted it and brutalized it and took advantage of it for their own gain. I think that absolutely happened. But I don't think it originally started like that. And I think MAGA, Trump took the phrase, make America great again, which in all honesty, every American should want America to be great, stay great, or become great again. But he took the phrase and it became something else for his following. But it doesn't mean that Americans shouldn't want to still make America great again. I think we can all agree America has not been great for some time. And so that was just a new perspective to me. And if you're watching this and you wrote that comment, thank you for saying that, because I don't think the person that wrote it originally meant it in that way. I think they were trying to say that I'm a MAGA Trump supporting fanatical far right wing person. And if you know anything about me, you know that is so far from the truth. But yeah, I mean, I think before Donald Trump used that slogan, make America great again, some of our politicians were championing for all of the things that he campaigned for under the guise of make America great again. And I think that's really interesting. I don't know. Just a thought.
More MAGA than MAGA.
Yeah.
Like she is talking about if you're a criminal, no ifs, ands, or buts, you get kicked out. And if you're here, you pay a stiff fine.
There it is.
Because you cut the line. Like, yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah. Like, what happened to that?
And it's out there. But then we're not, most people don't know about it or they don't see it. You have to look for it or something like along those lines.
Well, it lets you realize that these people that are playing these roles of leaders, they don't have principled stances on things. Mm-hmm. They go with wherever their party's leaning and wherever the majority of people believe.
One more time, Joe.
Parties lean.
One more time, Joe.
They don't have principled stances on things.
They don't have principled stances on anything. These people really stand for nothing. They don't even know what they stand on. They follow the trends just like the algorithm follows the trends. They follow the trends just like TikTok follows whatever dance trend is going on. They follow the trends just like fashion follows the trends. These people are loyal to nothing and no one but themselves and their power. And that, my friends, should be the takeaway always. None of them. None of them. You think your people, the ones you stand behind, the ones that you think do no wrong are for you? They're not. They're not. And the minute we all wake up and realize that, perhaps we can make America great again. The world will be a better place. But it's so true. They are as flippant as they need to be. They're going to flip and flop wherever the votes are going to go, wherever it's popular. And at one point in America, it was super popular to be progressive and out there and open to everyone and everything. And you should always be like kind and understanding, but like it turned from being accepting people for who they are to just completely flipping America on its head and forgetting everything that we were founded on and all of our principles. And it's made for a zoo, a freaking zoo, a circus zoo house.
playing these roles of leaders.
Yeah.
They don't have principled stances on things. They go with wherever their party's leaning and wherever the majority of people believe is the direction to go. And they might not even implement these things, but just to say it in order to get elected and get people to vote for them.
Right.
And that's what they did.
It's insane.
And
I don't
Hillary
like
Trump
Trump
didn't
leaders.
even believe in gay marriage until 2013.
All polling, I guess, right? But it's
That's
the
all it is.
manipulation, and it's also manipulation of the populace through all these different platforms.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton didn't even believe in gay marriage until 2013 when the polls told her she should have. That should be concerning to y'all. These people have no... They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. And I think that is why Donald Trump will always have the backing and the support that he has, because regardless, he says what he means, and he means what he says. He says what he means, and he means what he says. He means what he says, and he says what he means. What he campaigned for, he's currently doing. I mean, as of today is October 13th. Literally 2 years almost to the day of the Israel Hamas and Hamas I'm such at a loss for words today. Hamas kidnappings, and literally today Trump is in Israel and is signing off on and speaking about this cease and the release of the hostages and the prisoners between both Hamas and Israel. And say what you want about the Trump administration, say what you want about Trump individually. I have been very vocal on my thoughts and the things I wish were happening, but the man is getting the things done that he said he would do, and that does not happen often in the White House. A lot of promises are always made and very few things are happening, but in this administration, like it or not, it's getting done. And people are tired of not seeing things get done. And I mean, that's just the reality of it. That's just the reality of it. Like, I don't know what else to say. Anyway, this was interesting as far as UK. If there are more videos out there, or like I said, if you want to send me the video of the judge giving that man 20 months, or if you want to send me the video of Hillary and Bill and Biden speaking, sounding very far right, then send those my way. Drop them down below or send them to me via email, Brittreacts@gmail.com. I can't talk today, so I'm going to go. Thank you for watching, and go and have the day that you deserve. Britt.